everyone's favorite lasagna-eating cat is back in theaters this weekend. Should you go see the Garfield movie? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, Kernels. I hope you're all having a great Memorial Day weekend. I just got to go see the Garfield movie in theaters, so I'm going to give you my quick thoughts on it, everything, just kind of put it out there for you guys. So real quick, before we dive in, if you are new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any other reviews like this one. And I will let you guys know there is a spoiler warning for this video, so if you haven't seen the movie, save this video and then come back later if you don't want to have the movie spoiled for you. Let's talk about the Garfield movie. So the movie follows Garfield as he kind of has grown up without his father, Vic, until one day he gets kidnapped by these kitties that are part of this it's not a cult, but it's essentially like a gang, right? And they kidnap Garfield and Otis so that his dad will come and save them because they want revenge on the dad. When they were pulling off a heist, he left the one kitty to get picked up by the pound, and she wants revenge, and they have to go to this one farm and get this milk, and it just becomes this whole elaborate scheme that they have to plan out. It's actually pretty good, and there's some really sweet family moments mixed into it. Let's talk about more specifics. So the first thing I should probably mention is that I saw this in 3D, and definitely worth it. I like seeing a lot of these animated movies, especially nowadays, in 3D because the 3D really shines. Funny enough, at multiple moments in the movie, I would take my glasses off just to see how bad it looked in regular, and obviously it's a little blurry because that's how 3D works, but the movie looks fantastic in 3D, so if you can see it in 3D, I would highly recommend it. I'm not sure how people felt about the animation and just itself, but I liked it. It's very simplistic. It's Garfield. It's really not hard to mess up Garfield animation. It looks like a lot of the Garfield comics that there used to be. That's what it is. It's Garfield. It's simplistic. I like it. And it also, visually just looks really good. The story that they did tell, I thought was pretty good. I know that a lot of times the Garfield movies have been, for example, I know the live-action Garfield movie did a story about, Otis joining the family, and how Garfield, didn't like that, he wanted to be an only cat. I like how they did this one and how it was an adventure and they got to meet other characters. I really liked that kind of story, and then, getting to learn that, Garfield's real dad maybe wasn't such a bad guy, but was just trying to give him the best life. They do add kind of a modern twist on it, not too much that it's unbearable, but for example, they have this whole drone delivery service for food. And Garfield constantly uses it throughout the movie. So much, in fact, that in the final fight on this train thing, Garfield orders, they said, I think at the end of the movie, 6,000 food delivery orders between lasagna, pizza, all this stuff. First of all, I don't even know how that works. Secondly, it just, I don't know, it was goofy. It felt very Garfield-like. And it was cool to just see that modern blend of, something maybe that younger kids maybe don't know who Garfield is, and this could be their introduction to him. I'm okay with it. I think it works. Of course, again, they have the typical Garfield humor in there. A lasagna joke every 10 minutes, or some joke about how Garfield loves to eat. There were some that were pretty inventive, but most of them were kind of expected. But the thing is, the animation is really nice to look at, so it's I don't mind the jokes because that's what I'm going to a Garfield movie for. Going for the fun, lovable, lasagna-eating cat. That's a Garfield movie. So I kind of knew that going in. The villain of this movie, you kind of already heard me say, but she's just kind of a basic generic villain. She's this white cat that isn't really all that special. She just wants revenge on Garfield's dad, and that's pretty much it. By the end of the movie, she gets captured. They trade her for this one character, which I'm gonna get back into in just a second here. But she's alright. Again, didn't really stand out to me. Moving on to this one point, when they are trying to break into this milk factory, they meet this cow Otto, and apparently it's this big company corporation thing, and Otto and this one girl cow are like star-crossed lovers, but they're separated because I guess like it was under new management or something. They kind of tell this whole story, and Otto wants to be able to reunite with his lover, and so he agrees to help Garfield, you know, go in and them help to get this milk to give to this crazy cat if they'll also save his lover that's stuck in the factory. Well, I don't know. He was my favorite character, Otto, because he was like, I wouldn't say he was emo, but he was very like, he had like his hair down. He was just like, I think he was purple, like this purple cow. And like, I don't know. He was just like the boss of the group, and I found him pretty entertaining. The last thing I will say is I know the biggest controversy going into this was Chris Pratt again for another animated voice role. I will tell you, I'm not totally on that train. Like, I liked Chris Pratt as Emmett in the Lego movie. I didn't hate him as Mario. I think they could have got a better choice, but I didn't hate him. And I also don't hate him here. I do prefer Bill Murray from the actual live-action Garfield movie. I really like Bill Murray as the voice of Garfield, but I understand, you know, they're trying to do something different. They can't use the same voice forever. Even though Bill Murray is alive, they can't use the same voice forever. And I just wish they would explore their options other than just using Chris Pratt for every role, but it's not bad. It's a Garfield movie. He gets the job done. I don't have really anything to complain about. So yeah, guys, that is my review for the Garfield movie. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below. Are you going to be seeing it this weekend? Maybe you're going to pass on it, or just maybe watch one of the other probably tens of Garfield movies that there are out there. Personally, I prefer to watch the live action Garfield movie. Again, that's one of my favorites. But let me know what you guys thought about the movie, and you know what other movies this summer you guys are looking forward to, and I'll probably end up reviewing them for you guys. Until next time, guys, peace.